Hey guys, let's talk about lights. As you will see around me, I've got a fun little lighting setup here in my studio that I'm able to fully control via a series of apps on my phone. Behind me, I've got the string lights, of course, as well as a light bar. Over here is a bulb light, and in front of me is a nice softbox studio style key light. The key light, the bulb light, and the light bar are all Aputure lights, and they are controlled with a smartphone app called Sidus Link. The string lights behind me are made by a company called Twinkly, and they are controlled by the Twinkly app. In the Sidus Link app, I have a little preset, kind of a setup where all of my lights are linked together, and I can control them individually or all together. There's this little intensity slider. So if I bring that up, ooh, that's bright. I can bring up all of the lights. Ooh, really dark there. I can bring the light intensity up or down, or just power the lights off, more or less. All right, so first off, let's take a look at our key light, the softbox. This one is not an RGB light, just a kind of more traditional Kelvin light. The range is around 2600 or so up to 10,000 kelvins. So I can cool it down, warm it up. There's different sort of dimming features. You can sort of control like how fast or slow it dims as you're changing the intensity. And there's like a couple presets for daylight, tungsten, shade, things like that. But the real fun comes in with the light tube and the bulb light. So the light tube is an RGB light. Let's see, I can go to my hue, saturation, intensity picker and just really dial in and manipulate it, do whatever kind of a color that I want. Cycle through a couple different presets here. There we go, this one's with the party lights. And of course we can control the intensity, the hue, the saturation, and you can really dial in and tweak these presets. Let's turn off those flashing lights there. So you have total control over it, how long the preset runs, you know, if it runs in like a loop, right? And what the colors are that it cycles through, how much time it spends on each color, how frequently it pulses, like you've got crazy control there. All right, and then let's check out our bulb light, which is going to be similar to the light too, because that's also an RGB light. So I'll just show you guys some adjustments to the overall color. I'm not going to run through the effects. So those are my main three lights that I work with. Now let's check out the string lights. Here we are in the Twinkly app. You can see already that there are tons of fun animated presets in here, and like with the Aputure lights, you can pick a preset and then just tweak the heck out of it. Right now I'm using just a static color, but let's check out the Bliss preset. And what's really cool is that you can use your phone camera to more or less record the position of each of the individual lights. So the app knows how to properly map the animations to it. It's a really easy setup. All of these lights are basically controlled through Bluetooth. You just have to have Bluetooth, and I think in the case of the Twinkly lights, you need to have Wi-Fi as well. So your phone and the lights need to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network. and Bluetooth on your phone needs to be turned on. This one here is called Slow Pastels. And of course you can adjust the speed, the colors, the direction, all these kinds of things. Here is a peek at the sort of setup within the app once you have a preset selected. You can see that each of the individual string lights has been mapped into kind of a 2D layout. And then also what's pretty wild is there's like a Photoshop style layering functionality here where you can layer on different effects, different colors, different presets, and control properties of each of the layers. So if you have like a logo, I suppose, or a particular animation pattern that you want to create, like you can really go completely wild with it. All right guys, so that was a little peek into the lighting setup in my studio. I try to explore and experiment with different creative lighting setups. So if you have some other setups that are kind of your go-tos that you like, let me know in the comments below. I'd be glad to try them out. I'm always looking for new setups and inspiration. And hey, you know, it's a community. Let's share the love here. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button and subscribe to the channel. And also hit the bell so you can be notified when my next video drops. All right, I'll see you guys then. Cheers.